Hey y'all, I'm Sara with Club 07 Clear EMDR Insights for Clinicians. Welcome. We are meeting each other in a bit of a different video format today because we are talking about Bilateral Stimulation.io. My last video for this month was all about my top 5 tips for doing EMDR virtually or online. And one of my tips was talking about how I facilitate bilateral stimulation. And the one tool that I use to facilitate my bilateral stimulation for virtual sessions is bilateralstimulation.io. I absolutely love this product.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, y'all, here we are. This is bilateralstimulation.io. This is exactly what it looks like for us as clinicians when you purchase the paid for version. So I'm going to give you a bit of a tour. There's a whole lot of options that we have when we decide to pay for bilateralstimulation.io. Now, let me acknowledge here, I know that not everybody can pay for it and not everybody maybe needs to, because maybe you're only doing a couple virtual sessions a month. That makes sense. I totally get that. The free version is absolutely amazing. Use that. But if you were like me, a clinician who does a whole lot of EMDR therapy, that's pretty much my bread and butter, and you do a whole lot of virtual EMDR therapy, I promise you will not regret getting this for your practice. It is so worth it. So on the paid for version, we've got so many cool options. So as you can see, we can change the ball color. We have unlimited options here, but even better than that, this is probably for kids more so, right? We've got great options. However, sometimes just for fun, I will throw these up for my clients, especially if it's like a hard memory that we're working on, or, we just want to have a little bit of fun. For Pride Month, I loved using our rainbow emoji. So we've got a lot of options. So if you work with kiddos, this is great. So we've got all of that. We also can control our background. Oh my, I left it on a clown. Let me change that back to, oh my gosh, I love axolotls. Oh, anyway, okay, sorry, getting distracted. Okay, so here is just kind of our basic screen, and you can see right here, it shows us what our clients see. So we can see that, okay? I move the ball, I can see what that looks like for my client. Of course, we can increase the speed here, right? We can get it moving really fast to tax that working memory. If we want to just do resourcing, we want to use this with Complace to reinforce a resource, we can also move it really slow. So I love that we can adjust that. We can move the position. So it can be at the top of our screen or at the bottom of our screen. And then we can move the direction. And we will talk a bit more about this in a second. That is all of our visual options, part 1. There's a bit more, so I'll go into that in just a second. But I do want to note here that we also have auditory options. I do use this with clients often. The only thing here is, of course, they need to wear headphones so that they can actually get the bilateral stimulation effect, right, in one ear and then the other. We have lots of options here, and we as the clinician don't have to get stuck listening to it the whole time because we can mute it for ourselves. So absolutely awesome. And then if you are going to be in person, I have this as well. We've got the tactile options. Unfortunately, I don't have the tappers right now to show you, but they are pretty much what they look like here. They are connected, so you can plug them into your computer. So that is an option if we are using in person as well. Okay, a few more things that I want to point out about the visual options for bilateralstimulation.io. One is that we can change the background to anything. They have some cool options. As you can see, I've already uploaded the rainbow flag for Pride Month, but we've got soothing options. Oh, I love this butterfly. Or actually, this is moving, even more soothing. And then triggering as well. Okay, and the newest feature that bilateralstimulation.io has is this really cool place to put a YouTube link. So I've already added mine here. We're gonna work on really taxing our clients' working memory. And as you can see, it's super easy. You just put the YouTube link here, and then you can decide if you hear the audio, if your client hears the audio, video speed. Like, they have truly thought of everything, y'all. So let me click out of this. Okay, and then I'm gonna start it. So I'm using this in the background, and then I'm going to play use the ball as well. So imagine your client is trying to focus on the blue ball, and we've got all of these balls raining down. Okay, so that's one way that you can use it, really rev up that working memory. The second way that you can use this new YouTube feature is for those clients who have aphantasia, the clients who can't visualize things in their mind. And so when we're trying to do container or we're trying to do calm place, it's really challenging for them. You can go with them together on YouTube, find a calming scene that they want to use or a container that they want to use, stick it on the screen, use our slow ball, and use that as a resource. But let me show you something even cooler, which sold this product for me. It is the settings, okay? I didn't even know about this until I'm embarrassed to say, quite long, until after I had already paid for this and had been using this, just because I didn't look at the top of my screen to use settings for whatever reason. We've got everything. So we can change the timer if we're seeing that or not. We can change the pause button, speed controls, tactile volume control. We can add more speed levels in. We can change the size of the ball. And then there's a visual blink mode that changes how the ball like appears as it's moving across your screen. This is my favorite part though. So we go to add-ons, we've got all of our options. If you go to BLS randomization, friends who use EMDR 2.0 or who are really into taxing the working memory, this is our best friend. I use this all the time. We've got everything that we can control, and we can save it this way. So you see here, I've got that I can shuffle the BLS colors, the background, I'll add the speed. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and let's go back to our screen here. And so I'm just gonna shuffle everything. So when we close out of settings and we come back, let's say I've already decided I'm going to really tax our working memory because we've got a really high SUD. Just look. It's so cool. And I really have found that our clients love this as well. It keeps them engaged. Let me go ahead and stop it just to make sure there's nothing else. Okay, obviously, I will not go through all of this, but we truly have control over everything. If we want to manually stop, how long we want our passes to last, or how many passes we want to do. What I absolutely love about this is we can come over here to the Save As button, however we left it for our client, the speed, the color, whatever presets we use, and we can save it for them. I'm just gonna put SF for my name, okay? And of course, we're gonna protect their confidentiality. We're just gonna use initials, and we can click save and save this preset and go back and use it again. If you are interested, you can check out the link in my bio. You can get 50% off your first 3 months of using bilateralstimulation.io. If you already use this product, or if you end up purchasing it and you love it, please let me know your thoughts below. I've heard nothing but positive things about this product. I've experienced nothing but positive things with this product, so I hope that you love it as much as I do, and as much as my clients seem to love it as well. As always, I am Sara with Club 07 Clear EMDR Insights for Clinicians, and I will see you at our next video.